Okay, we're going to do a radial line drawing. So let's start with the baseline, and let's have that as 70. Like so. And now you find the center of it then, which would be 3.5. And we're going to do the height of it 70 mil, but you can just draw a line straight through that halfway point, just up to the top for the minute, like that. And now you can measure up 70 on it to find the apex. And the apex will be here. Now, and you can join that point to the other side of the baseline. Just draw it lightly for the minute. And the same on the opposite side. Draw it lightly so it hits the right hand side of that baseline, like that. Now, we're going to measure up, we're going to draw a line up on this side here. Make sure your rulers are straight. And along that line, we're going to measure up 1.5 to find the first point. So you can draw a line across from that. So that'll be 15 mil. So when you have that point, you can join it to the far over corner. Make sure you're right in the center of that, because even being a little bit out will throw your development later on, and you don't want that. So you have a line like so. And then we're going to do another point up along this line here you did on the side. And we're going to do that as, we can do it as 4. We'll keep it an even number. So the line on the side again, measure up along that, measure up to 40, that, and draw a line across like so. And then we're going to also draw another line just on this side, just to find these heights, like that. And then we're going to go a little bit higher up on this line, so we'll say 55, and then we'll draw a line straight across like that. And you have a point here, where they hit the line, and then we're going to draw a line connecting those two. So that's the shape we're going to work with. And underneath it, we're going to draw a generator. For this, you get your compass, and find the center point here, and join it. So you want to hit the end over here, and if you're not right in the middle of it, you won't hit the edges. So you need to be careful with that. And again, when you're drawing any drawings, use a H pencil. And make sure you tighten it in the center as well, just so your lines are all good. Some of the compasses can be a little bit that. Okay, now you measure from here. We have to find, right, so do an arc down here. Just move the camera. So from here to here, draw an arc. Same on the other side, draw an arc, like so. And then you'll have one more to do as well. So you can bring that line down. Then you do the same. You come to the bottom. I don't know if you're not seeing that. And just drop, but everyone should be quite familiar with drawing in the arcs. And I'll just show you where the arcs are. So you just draw dot, dot, another dot here, another dot here, and then you can number all these. So you have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you draw these lines perpendicular, so they go straight up till they hit the baseline. So make sure everything is straight on. Bring it right up to the baseline. Same here, just bring it up to the baseline. And when you hit the end of that baseline, I like to put a point there as well, just to show where that is. Like so. Now we're going to join these lines back here to the apex. Now usually these would be light lines, and I'm using a heavy pencil just to kind of show you, just on the camera, and make sure they all go right into the center of that apex. Same on all sides. Bring it right into the apex. And you'll probably have done this a good few times, but it's no harm to remember these things like that. So you'll have all the lines going through it. I'm just going to go over the pattern in the center a little bit heavier, just so you're not forgetting where that is when you're drawing them, especially on the camera, just so you can see it. I'm just going over them heavier. That, same on the bottom. So that's the shape there. Because when I went over them with the lines, it's a little bit harder to see. Okay. And where these lines go up now and they hit our pattern, we can draw points as well. So you can put a point here, point here, point here, point here, point here. And then we draw lines that go straight across. So this, we draw lines that go straight across here. Sure your pencil is sharp as well. Bring them straight across. Oops, bring them straight across. So, same here, bring that one straight across. Straight across. And straight across. Like that. So the lines that hit the base. And also, up here, where they hit them. You'll have a few up here, and you can bring all these straight across as well. And you'll need these after just to see where all these lines join up and create your development. Straight across and straight across. Hope that's showing up there in the camera. Yeah, it's not too bad. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to draw a line out along that baseline, just a straight line across, not too far. And we will do it to 10 mil. And then we'll join that back to the apex, which is up here. Like that. I've just done a bit heavier. Now we'll be dividing this up into segments, 12 in a while, and how you will do that, how you get the measurement for it, I'll tell you now in a minute. But the first thing we need to do is to draw our arc around. And when you're drawing the arc, I always say just to draw it a little bit past the top of the apex. So you can see it there, okay? And we do the same with the top of it. So where it's cut off here, that point here, we're going to just arc that around now. And just make sure the lead in your compass is not chipped away as well, because it can ruin just getting that perfect smooth arced curve. So you have it, just bring it around, and the top. Now we're going to divide this up into segments, but we need to just figure out what the width of each one of these is. So your base, it's usually your base multiplied by pi r squared, which is 3.14. So our base 70 multiplied by 3.14, and then we'll be dividing that by 12 segments. So we'll get you can get a calculator for that. And let me just see what that will be. So we'll have 70 multiplied by 3.14 equals, some of you might be ahead of me with this, so that's 219.8, and then we divide that by 12. And when you divide that by 12, you will get 18.31. So we need to get our compass and mark it out as 18. Just make sure to tighten your compass as well, just so you're making sure you're right on that measurement and that compass doesn't move every time you slot it. Yep. And then you arc them off. 1, 2. Turn up just a little bit of light here, so just so you can see him. So draw that. The next one. Draw that. Do the next one. Draw that. I'm just drawing a dot so you can see it. And I'm using this light box. Draw that. Draw that. Draw that. Draw that here. Draw another dot. And keep going till you get to 12. You can speed up the video a bit if you want to. Draw your arc each time anyway. And we will number all these now in a second as well. And it's always best to number from the bottom in case you do an extra too many arcs. But the first thing you need to do is join all these points back to the apex. So each one goes back to the apex. And you do these lightly. Again, I'm just doing them heavier just so they show up on the camera. But I would always say to draw these lightly when you're doing them yourself on the page. Because you'll be plotting in points later on, and it'll just make it easier to find those points as you go. So keep going till you get your 12. Keep a good point on the pencil as well. I've probably even done more than 12, but it doesn't matter too much. As long as the correct development is there. So you'll have it like that, almost like a kind of a Ferris wheel effect. So you can number each of these points here. So let's go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So in actual fact I did a couple more than I needed, but that doesn't matter. So now we're going to arc each of these around from each of these points here, and then we're going to do the same on the bottom ones here. So if you want to draw a little dot at the edge of each of these, just so you can put the point of the compass on it, it'll just make it a little bit easier. and they'll all be coming from the apex as well. So let's just start with the lower ones first. So here, and you do the next one. The next one up again. And so forth and so on. Like so, then the last one at the top here. Some of them might get a little bit closer. And then we're down the top. Switch it to the top up here. That. Then you do each one. And take your time with each of these. Make sure your compass is on each point, because like I said, it'll be important with your pattern later. Arc it around again. Okay. So you should have something that looks like that, and that's the full layout. And then the next thing to do is just to put your points in, mark them out. Okay, so then you have those little arcs, and that's where we're going to start plotting out things now. The first one, see the first one at the bottom. The bottom, so it'll hit this line. I'm just going to draw in the point just to show you on the camera. So first point just showing you on the camera. And then we do the next one from the apex. It'll be here, so we can draw in that point. I'm just drawing a little bit heavier so you can see it each time, like so. Drop down the next one. Should be that one, that's that one. Oh yeah, we missed one, didn't we? Next one. So it'll be here. And then the final one will be up here. Then if we just going to draw a line, just show it, just see where those are on the camera, like that. And then you do the bottom is the next thing, and then you just build everything up. So start with the higher one, where it's here. Be right there. And the next one here. Where it's that one line. And the next one. And it'll hit the 2 line. Drawing the point. You can draw in the next one. That'll hit where the 3 line is here. And then we'll do the next one. Yeah, so that's the first one, that's the second one, that's the third one, that's the fourth one. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 6 will always be on the edge. And then we'll join those points together. And then for the top of it, you just reverse it and do all your points coming back down around again. Okay, so I'm going to fill in the rest of them for you and just to show you the final pattern. And then when you plot all your final points, then you join everything together, and you can join these heavy as well. Mine has smudged a little bit going over it with a heavier pencil, but you go through all your points. If you have a flexi core, which you mind that one at the moment, you can just go over everything and keep everything tidy. So there you have it. That is radial line development. Just how to set it up, how to place all the lines, how to just divide up, and just the positioning of all your points. All these little points here are very important as well. Just when you're arcing them, you just don't see them too clearly on the camera. And the pattern itself, you can cut this out even at home, and you can trace over it first, obviously, and just cut it up and stick it together with a bit of masking tape, or if you haven't got masking, you can use a bit of sellotape at home. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope that's helped a little bit, and you can practice some of the other questions set out too.